is to debunk or prove any unsolved Easter eggs in the Giants of Karelia map. And I think this is going to be tough and it's going to take time. So if you want to watch the whole stream, then grab yourself some popcorn and a good drink, because we're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Or we might just stumble upon it very quickly. So, Giants of Karelia is called Walker Factory on XPack 4 levels Walker Factory. So before we start going through the actual map files, we're going to look through the actual XP4 objects and not the levels, because there may be objects and props in XP4 that will just give us a clue. We know for sure that there is an Easter egg on Giants of Karelia which nobody understands how to activate, and it's the whistling Easter egg. So we're going to find the files for that as well, and hopefully find the files for the Morse code sound and see how they are related to anything else. And we'll also look into the visual effects of the map, which are often mistaken for Levolution triggers, and decipher what is actually going on. So we know that the Levolution event on Giants of Karelia is the roof caving in on the factory, and we'll see if there's anything else that's linked to it, anything that changes that we might be able to trigger, and any sort of triggerable targets we're going to be able to find and discover. But as I say, before we go through the levels folder, we're actually going to go through the XP4 objects and the props, and we'll you see immediately in XP4 prison, Hannah shows up door. So this is, I have no idea what this is, so we're going to take a look at this because it's something that doesn't quite fit the bill, because XP4 prison doesn't really let's see what this is. XP4 prison, so there is no XP4 prison map. And it says Hannah shows up door. So what is this then? It's a door. With a lock on it. It's dynamic, so it opens. I can't say really if I've ever seen this door on any of the final stand maps. I'm not too sure. Somebody please tell me in the comments. But this door is openable. We'll have a look at the door 2 mesh. Okay, interesting. We'll see if this is referenced somewhere. It's a door that's on Hangar 21 and Subbase, which is the Subbase. Hannah shows up door 2. Now I think this is nothing too special content. See, in XP4 Subbase, it's definitely Gen 4 content on on Hangar 21. So this door is mainly a prop that's going to be used on Hangar 21. but on subbase it's in the content folder, which means that it's a Levolution event of some sort, or a dynamic event. So we're just going to have a look into this and see if we can hear any sounds or something different. So okay, so we've got event connections, 1,846 items. Jesus. So so this is XP4 levels, XP4 levels, XP4 subbase, content, let's just have a quick look. XP4 content layer 18, so it's visual effects. So here it is: jet cloud, thick, falling high amount, falling inside tunnel, underwater effects. Okay. Go back to this and go back to XP4 objects. Let's see what this reference is again, shall we? Okay, so this is something that we're going to come back to for now, because this is potentially a door that can be opened somehow, and I can't right now put a finger on where and what it's used for that I know of, so we'll come back to that. So we've got props. We're going to go through the props first, because the props are what so I believe that this is going to be the little wall. No, that's the top of the tank, T54. Okay, so we'll start up at the top here. So air duct. Now, if we come across any of these folder which has got a little person icon, which means that it's a skinned rigid mesh, which means that it's a mesh that's all conserved into one place, and that is most likely an Easter egg. Now, the same occurs with most of the things, so we'll backdrop clouds, Titan backdrop cloud mesh. We'll have a look at the. So we know what these sort of clouds are. I mean, we'll check them out just in case. So they're just basically cloud meshes, nothing. So backpack ski. Okay. Hang on. Skiing backpack. So this is on either Operation Whiteout or okay. Just have a look at the textures. Nothing special with those. Base doors on Arctic. We pretty much know those already. Car ruins. No. So they're just car. We check these out anyway. because they are often renamed as something different. So okay, so Karu and Snow, we're going to look at the references for that, and we can see that it's referencing object DNS Snow, shaders, object preset DNS Snow. We'll just have a look into the shader. So XP4 objects, shaders, presets, and we want object DNS Snow. Okay, and here we should see some sort of okay, nothing too much to worry about. So we'll go back, carry on. Car ruin, Snow. So even though it says it's a car ruin, it is referenced in other things which aren't really anything to do with car ruins. So, but it would be referenced somewhere else. So we'll just have a look at this shader preset, which is shader preset, object preset glass. It's going to be in the main root of objects, shaders, presets, object shaders, object preset, preset. Okay, nothing to worry about with that. Come out of that. And I'll go back down to props and take a look at further on. So, catwalk system, car ruin, catwalk system variations. Well, just sort of lightly look over all of these first for any skinned meshes. So, special there, I don't think. I'll just take a look at the. I think it's just looks just like a big light. It's nothing important. So repair tools. Repair tools is just going to be a toolbox, pretty much. Yeah. So what we could do though is take a closer look at this texture, which is specifically for XP4. And if we look at repair tools XP4 presets, that's fine. So this is used only in Walker Factory, this repair tools variation. So if we just go down to we want to go to repair tools XP4, open that asset and object, components, nothing special, locate, snow, rock wall, Arctic. Nope. Rock clusters. Snow rack. Yeah, you know all that. Sign clusters. Snow. Let's have a look at the snowman Easter egg. Doesn't even look like a oh. It's not even a snowman, it's like a like a freaking beaver. Yeah, nothing too special about that. I can't actually. Oh yeah, I've seen it. Snow pile. It's just a snow pile. Supply case. Special. No, that one. Tent Arctic large. Nothing special. Timber pile, snow. We're just looking for those actual okay, so nothing important in props. We'll take a look at the sound and see if we can pick anything up that's not here. So we've got level and levels shared. Okay. So a lot of the sounds are also going to be sort of hidden into different sounds as well, and we're going to be able to tell by the length of what we're looking for, and hopefully we can pick up that whistling sound at some point. So level and levels, we'll go back to level. So we're going to go Walker Factory first. So ambience, we will see what that he's come up with. We want the length to be at least 5 seconds realistically. So ambient tunnel wave. Let's just have a quick listen to that. No. So no, nothing too special there. Okay, so big world assets. 12 seconds, 6 seconds, 6. These are all worth having a quick listen to. We'll look at some of the mixers because the sound could be mixed in with different sounds from different places in the game, so we'll come back to those in a minute. Sound effects, right, okay, so we're going to hear a lot of impact destruction and stuff from the ceiling. They're called ceiling sneezers, so 4 seconds, so 10 seconds. Sounds like a freaking... Okay. 'So that's the sound effect used for the little Walker Easter egg on top of the rock, and it says turret rock. It doesn't say anything about it being the, what's it called, so all the Easter eggs are renamed as something different, so 8 seconds. Ten seconds. Same but far. creepy noises, some of them. So yeah, there's nothing too specific. Cone, no deep patch, some floor to a rock, ceiling spark, cam shake, ceiling crack, roof. Yeah, nothing special in there. Right, so these are the spots, so the tunnel waves. 12s.
Внимание! Будьте осторожны во время работы рядом с конвейером. Предохранительные устройства отключены для максимальной производительности. Сообщаем о том, что запланированная на сегодня тако-вечеринка отменена по причине предстоящей атаки.
So that's the sound that we would hear when we're listening for that Morse code.
Сообщаем о том, что запланированная на сегодня тако-вечеринка отменена по причине предстоящей атаки.
Sounds like somebody taking a piss. Probably is.
Внимание! Будьте осторожны во время работы рядом с конвейером. Предохранительные устройства отключены для максимальной производительности.
Okay.
Сообщаем о том, что запланированная на сегодня тако-вечеринка отменена по причине предстоящей атаки.
I can't say I've ever heard that one before.
Сообщаем о том, что запланированная на сегодня тако-вечеринка отменена по причине предстоящей атаки.
So it's a spot sound effect is basically it's only played when you're actually stood in a certain area basically, and that's why it's got that sound effect, so it matches the continuity of where you stood. Tight means that only in a very small place, a tight space, you're going to hear that. And I can't say I've heard
Сообщаем о
this one
том,
before.
что запланированная на сегодня тако-вечеринка отменена по причине предстоящей атаки.
That's an interesting one. So it's PA tight final wave. We'll see what that reference is. Doesn't really reference anything at all. It's only on Walker Factory, so 2 seconds. Another tight one.
Внимание! Будьте осторожны во время работы рядом с конвейером. Предохранительные устройства отключены для максимальной производительности.
Okay. Another. So we'll come out of. What we'll do is, because I mean, you would think that we'd hear that whistling sound effect by now by looking through Walker Factory, but because the bundles are a part of the X-Pack 4, 4th DLC, the super bundles could be hiding the sound effects somewhere else. So what we'll do quickly is go through We'll come back to that. So in levels and shared, we've got the elevator, which is for the Phantom Room on Titan, I believe. So yeah, Titan. Okay. Nothing special with those. So sound patches. These are loops which are going to include lots of other sounds mixed in with each other. So vehicles. So we'll have a look at these vehicles just in case something, because I mean all the vehicles, everything is still a part of the super bundle, which will be included on every map. So we'll just have a listen. 4 seconds. 9 seconds. So that's the air sector. It's easy to hide a sound effect as something like that. Okay, nothing special. And we'll look at the firing pod as well. Interior. We know all this shit, but you don't know this guy. Yeah. Yeah. That before. It might be very quiet in the pod. Okay, so they're all legit. They're all good. So nothing in there. So land, hover tank. Thruster mech. Impact. Can't put into all good. Nothing special. Snowmobile. These are all see. Copy and pasted, more copy and pasted stuff from other parts of the game. Nothing. So voiceover, there's an ambient. Now, Titan. So it says in voiceover, there's an ambient. So these might be interesting. And they're unplayable. Two seconds. And they're unplayable sound assets. So these are potentially something we need to try and find out what these are. So Titan indoor, ambient VO wave. So these would not be here. They would be in the actual level folder, and they're not. These are somewhat sounds that are a part of the super bundle. So that's been used in Titan lighting indoor. Titan. Now that's interesting. If this was a shared asset, it would there'd be assets in here for the other three maps, and there isn't. These are just Hangar 21. So we're coming up. Lighting. This one's interesting because this is a part of something more. This ambient here. Let's see if it's, I mean, it will not even allow me to see if I can, no I can't. Let's see if we can find out what this is. It's quite loud, 85. UI Titan loading 05. Audio graph audio. Okay, we're going to just quickly look at this and then we'll come back to the Walker Factory. So XP4 Titan UI, see if it's so. Sound patch loading 03 wave. We already know this sound. No, we don't. This is to do with the Phantom Room. Okay, we know that, and we know that. So I presume Julian Monolov has hidden these files in files and folders that are nothing to do with what they say they are. So Titan loading 03 would not be in the UI folder. That would be in the sound UI folder if it was the loading. For example, sound level and then Titan music. That's where the loading music is for that, because this is the Hangar 21 loading music, and it's not there. It's it's where was it? Oh shit, have I lost my place? Get rid of the sound. I think I've just lost my place, but I've still got it loaded here. So Titan loading 03. Right. This is definitely something to do with the okay. We'll find something here in a second. So let's go back to Titan UI. So in this UI thing here, there's definitely Titan sound patch assets, Titan loading 03 sound wave. Open the asset. Okay, so this is I think to do with just the phantom room, but the format of the audio files have been slightly remixed so the editor doesn't understand them either. Titan seat cushion. I mean, really? A seat cushion? Okay. So where were we? We were in ambience. Okay. So this VO, these 5 sounds here are Easter eggs for most definitely the Phantom Room, and they're unplayable in the editor. So remember that. So in the super bundle on VO Ambient 01, so Ambient 01 is the sound files for Phantom, and we'll probably sort of extract and unlock those at a different time. Let's just try once more here. So definitely not allowing me to do that. So if I just go to we'll give up on that part for now. We're trying to find the whistling Easter egg, I think, and anything else that's to do with the Walker Factory, which is Giants of Karelia. So, okay, Ice Knife, we I'm actually having an issue playing any sound at the moment, so let me restart this. Sometimes my RAM gets full and just packs up on you. So XP4, let's go back to where we were. Sound, VO, ambient, see what happens now. Yeah, these still work. So these are hidden files that won't open. So let me go back to weapons, handheld, Ice Knife. So this was an Easter egg, so that's why it's been so somehow they're obfuscating the sounds somehow there. Metal Storm, Hi-Fi Wave, Distant. I think there's a different sound engine somewhere in Final Stand that's allowing these to play and these aren't. Metal Storm. Okay. See, these aren't playing. I mean, usually if they're under 1 second long, they don't play. But Spider Hunter. That's going to be the railgun. No, that's the railgun. What's the Spider Hunter? Oh, the Spider Hunter is the Phantom Bow, I believe. Yeah. So the Phantom Bow in game is called Spider Hunter. Right. That's interesting. Remote weapon, that's the receptor. Source patches, handheld Spider Hunter. Okay, so XP4 UI. We're finished with the sound. So the whistling Easter egg has to be somewhere in the game. Somewhere. But where is the question? Now let's just hypothetically say, let's say that Easter egg wasn't added and enabled until the next DLC or patch. Then it could be in one of the XP5, 6s or 7 folder sound files. Or, if it was a full game update, they could have just put it into the root. So again, it's going back to find a needle in a haystack. So these are just thumbnails for stuff we don't need to look at. So persistence is things like dog tags and, you know, stuff that, so for assignments, for example, you can go through these quickly. There's quite a few of them, but now if there was another dog tag in the game, like there was been hints from leaks and stuff like that, we're going to find them here. But what I'll tell you what I did find yesterday, which I'm going to show you in a second, is that there is another dog tag in the game, and it's a pickup item. It's actually an item that you can hold in your hand. I'm going to show you that in a moment. It's got a mesh and everything to go. So if you look at these dog tags that we know, you know the shape of them. They've got the little chip area. I'll show it you in a moment when I come across it. But it's pretty interesting because it's actually a static object in the game that can be held in your hand and picked up from wherever, and I've never seen that. We only know that the small dog tag pickups are the ones where you break the box. I don't know if that is what it is. I don't know, but I can't remember if you break the little white box and then you see the dog tag, or you just break the box and then you pick the dog tag up. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. Let's just have a look at this. Can I record it to a video? Yes, it's all going to be saved as a video on YouTube, and if there's anything that I find, I'll timestamp it in the comments. Find anything yet? Not specifically. We're looking for the whistling Easter egg on Giants of Karelia and anything else. I've seen people saying that you're behind the Phase 5 active channel. No. If I was, then I would have brilliant video editing skills, which I don't possess. Decoy packs. Line arts. I think it's probably Jack Frags that's behind the videos on that channel, or it could be like some of the YouTube, like maybe Tom Henderson, that other leaking guy. C100s, icicles, noise. These CPP screens. See, in here there shouldn't be sounds. Okay. So the sound of picking up the phantom bow is hidden as hover tank HUD child. Weird. Okay. And that's hidden in a visual element folder. If we look at this sound patch, so here, sound patch for that is, hold on a second, where's that other? So the MKV is supposed to be the Ariceptor remote minigun thing, and it's not. HUD screen. Hang on. It's definitely, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, if it was what it says it is, then it wouldn't be in Hangar 21. It would be on the whiteout map, Arctic. But then here, interesting. Now, is that the sound effect of picking up a dog tag? Because on Walker Factory, it says Walker Factory Objects Medical Trash 04 XP4. Let's have a look into that real quick. So we've got XP4 XP4 levels. What do we want? Sorry, we want XP4 levels, Walker Factory, objects, medical, and trash 04. We'll have a look at the mesh for that. What the freaking hell? Okay, so why is this? This is strange, because let's just take a step back so we're not confusing ourselves. So we found this, which is the sound effect for picking up a dog tag or something. Also used for the info on there, but the references is in the Generation 4 content folder, which is okay. We're on something here. So okay, let's get my head around this. So we've got the Gen 4 content of the Walker Factory, which is Giants of Karelia, and it's all around a variation of Trash 05 XP4 Walker Factory. So Trash 05 mesh is this. So what's Trash 04? Hang on a second. So we've got 6 items, property connections, audio for it, objects. Okay, this is a bit of a prop hunt. What's special about this? Why would ambient trash on a map have sound effects attached to it, which are hidden as something that's completely not the MKV HUD screen? So we're definitely looking at something, and I don't. Right, so we've got Gen 4 content. Let's look at. Oh, I've just done that. I shouldn't have done that. Let's close that. We don't want to have a look at the variations. Actually, yes, we do. We'll have a look at the variations, see if we can spot it somehow. Holy shit, this is going to take ages. I'm not going to go through all of this. Redirect entries, diesel clusters, service lamps, server rack, dumpsters, nothing specific, no. Jesus, I can't go through that database. I'm going to have to try and look into this a bit better. So we'll go to the Walker Factory. We'll look in the subworld. If this is Gen 4, then there's this trash. Objects. view of some sort. Layer 3 objects, Gen 4 only. Hang on a second. Right. What layer is that, and what is that gameplay? "63 items, Gen 4 only objects." Right, what is layer 3? Okay, Gen 4 content, layer 3 objects. Walk factory experience. Ooh, this is repair tools. Right, we're getting lost here. Let's come out of that. Go back to this. Right. So this subject is linked to trash. Now, is that variation just the dog tag pickup? Object presets. Why is that linked to? No hidden LODs or anything. There's nothing. I don't understand why this is specific to the Walker factory, this trash, and has a pickup sound to it. Maybe we should see how many times this trash is referenced in. So 6 times. So there's only 6 events of connections. Again 6. Medical trash. Link connections. Oh, right, hold on. So it's link connection, so it's linked to possibly a flag. So it spawns only when there's a flag captured, or it might be there permanently. It's attached to potentially it could be attached to a flag that's captured or not, or by enemy, or by the main base, or a spawn point. Input. Oh shit. Okay. It's got inputs. So output events means say it's in automatic. This has got 2 input events. In your opinion, what's the chances as percentage of the Phase 5 channel being real? 1%. I don't think it's real. Well, I think it's. I mean, it's real. I mean, it's legit, and there's sort of evidence in the videos that suggests that there's an Easter egg, which we all know has already been confirmed by the devs at DICE, like Julian Monolov and also Nicholas Astrand. He confirmed in a Twitter conversation about 6 months ago when we were looking for Predator that there's a spaceship in Battlefield 4 of some kind. So whether that's a UFO or not, I don't know. Phase 5 channel being real. And I think that the channel is just there to hint that the next Battlefield might be set in 2042. I don't think there's anything more to it than that really, but it's possible that the creator knows how to activate or trigger an Easter egg in Battlefield 4, and he's using that to his advantage to get some subscribers and stuff on YouTube. That's pretty much all I think that this might be. I mean, I think on the last video there's a date on the 23rd of March on Twitch, so we might find that the Easter egg will probably be, you know, it will probably be revealed maybe on the 23rd. I don't think it's going to be a Battlefield 6 thing. I don't believe this is anything actually to do with Battlefield 6, and I don't think that the 6 on the channel has anything to do with Battlefield 6. I think that the 6 is a clue to the Easter egg that we're looking for. But some of the stuff in the videos are quite weird. Like the one which has got the Phantom program on it has got some sort of legitimacy to it, because the quality of the actual Phantom program on the screen is too high for it to be replicated, and I think the source of that has come from somewhere. So I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe there is a Phase 5 that we don't know about. I don't know. But it's led us to that kevinsimpson2042.com website, and if you look through the source code of that, or in the console, there's hidden links in the page. For example, I'll show you. I've bookmarked it here. So if I go to kevinsimpson2042, if it even loads. Okay, so this is different to what's on that video. The background's cool. It looks like some sort of scenery with some smoke. But if you look at the direction of the smoke, it goes from like right to left, and then there's a glitch, and then it goes right again. So watch the smoke now after this glitch plays. Hold on. I think the video's still loading in the background. So it'll glitch out, and then the smoke's going backwards. I don't know if you can see that on the stream or not. There's some sort of towers there and a curvy roof, which it sort of looks like the towers from like a mosque or something. And it looks like there's snow on the ground here. I don't know. But anyway, what I was saying, so if you click on the thing here, it says access to Operation 349 is restricted to veterans only. It doesn't matter what you type in there, it's always going to give you the same response. Right, it has not completed assignment for it. It doesn't matter. Look, I mean, it doesn't, I can type literally anything into that. Right? And it does that because that's what that is designed to do. It's not designed to check your name or anything like that. Anything specific. It's not recording it. It's just a HTML code for a pop-up box with a response. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. But what we'll do is highlight this text, and you see these dots at the ends of some of the. There's hidden dots. So for example, you can't see the dot at the end of 2021, but if you highlight it you can, and it's actually a link. So if you go to the link, it goes to the EA DICE goes to like the EA DICE Twitch, IRQ15, that brings you to, oh, and here next to 349, this is interesting because this is legitimately the Kevin Simpson's battle log, and he's got the Alien Trio dog tag. Now this is weird because this is a legitimate DICE account on the Battlefield, on the battle log. I mean, it's legit. I mean, there's the link for yourself for you to see. Okay. This is the account that gave us the Phantom program from day one. All of the clues for the Phantom program were given by this battle log, and we've seen clues in the other videos of 349, which I came to conclusion. For example, if I go to right click on the Alien Trio dog tag, because a lot of people keep asking me this, open the image on a new tab, you can see that the image is called Advanced 349, which is the clue that's in the video, Advanced 349 and Advanced Operatives 349, right? So that's why I think, so why is it on this here? You go to the 349, yeah, next to there, a little hidden link, and it takes you to a legitimate DICE account on Battlelog to do the Phantom program, and he's got the Alien Trio dog tag. Now this is the bit that really concerns me a lot, because for whoever creates this website is linked to the IRQ15 video on the Phase 5 Now Active channel. I mean, the links are there hidden, you can see them in the dots, okay? But that is a real concern to me about the legitimacy of the channel, because this is a totally legit DICE employer owned account on Battlelog. And in fact, whilst we're in the editor, we will just explore this just to get it off my chest, because we're going to go to XP2, and we're going to go to objects, props, and if we look down here, it might be an objects, hang on, objects, common, architecture, objects, common, it's here somewhere, I'll find it in a minute. Maybe it's in levels. I'll find it in a sec, just give me a moment to remember where I saw it. Levels, objects, metal plate, no, it might be on forward. Maybe it wasn't in the map folder, it was shared, so get rid of that. So EXP2, objects, natural. So the like for example, the objects in have I got the right emergency light, natural rocks? Have I got the right ones? Yeah. Vegetation, banana plants, shaders, props. Okay, let me try this again. So if we go down to props and go down to tree trunk, okay. Now this is the Megalodon Easter egg on Lancia Strike. So yeah, I know I'm not actually on the right file. So signs. It's called locker. It's called name tag, locker name tag or something. I mean, it's not even hidden, but it's the. Oh Jesus, where did I find it? I mean, the other shark. I mean, this is the little shark that swims around. It's identical to the megalodon, except the mesh is just a little bit different for swimming around, as you can see. Okay. It was called name tag locker or locker name tag. One of the two was. Locker name tag. Here we go. And then we have 24 Kevin Simpson 1942. So that texture there is what led us to that Battlelog page and the .com website. So I mean, this is the only legit thing that I've seen. Let's have a look. He doesn't have the name doc tag set though. No, he doesn't have the name tag set, but it takes you to his profile with the tag, which sort of confirms that 349 is the trio tag. Literally go to set the doc tag for yourself. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. So if I click on any other ones, I can then just copy that link there. I know that. But I mean, this page, this Kevin Simpson page, was a legit page. That emblem has not changed either. Anyway, back to trying to find giants of Karelia Easter eggs and stuff. So we got to a little bit of a let's just close all this up so we go back to where we were. Okay, so where were we? Okay, yeah, so this is where we got to. We got to the CPP screens, which is sort of loading screens and stuff, which is strange because there shouldn't even be a vehicle folder in there. And we've got these sounds, which we know you get when you unlock something to do with Final Stand. Anyone show coordinates? No, I really hope that somebody comes through with that soon, because showing coordinates on screen in game will basically just complete the entire hunt for everything, because it's just a case of just finding the linear transform of certain effects and sort of just backwards engineering them until you find the actual location on the actual terrain. And then just going to it in game and starting from that point, that would really help. So I show that's in the map in the edit. If you open the map in the editor, you can't open the map in the editor. This is just basically a file browser. if we could open BF4 maps in this Frosty editor, then that's news to me. If anybody would like to explain, but the only game that I believe that it works with is Need for Speed and I think PGA Tour Golf or something. Right, so we're going to go back to this MKV HUD screen wave, which is the sound effect of picking up a dog tag, which is then linked to. So I believe what's going on here is that it's used as a link to that trash. So if we go to the sound asset, where were we? So if we go to the right, so we go to the HUD screen wave sound. Gadgets MKV, so we know that's legit, that one. But what bothers me here is that it goes to the Trash 04 XP. So this is something different again here. So we go to UI and we go to R. Sorry, where were we now? Shit. Art menu, XP4, UI, art, menu, MP thumbnail server browser, XP4. And that sound is linked with I mean, we know all of this stuff. But this here, let's have a look at this again. 6 event connections. So if we go to an event connection and I mean, does anybody know if there is actually 6 locations for the dog tag on the Titan, not Titan, on Giants of Karelia? Is there 6 dog tag locations, or is there more or less? If there's 6, then that would explain what this is, and that would explain that the trash is being retextured as a little box, and it's been linked with the dog tag pickup. If it's not, then it's something else, and we need to look into this a lot more closely. If anybody knows that. Comments. It won't work with Venice Unleashed. No, it's a completely different EBX. Maybe one day we'll get like Warsaw Unleashed or something like that, which is an editor for BF4, but at the moment the best you can do is data mine it. But you can use your knowledge of using Venice Unleashed like to sort of backwards engineer how things work. It's essentially exactly the same game. Everything's It's Frostbite at the end of the day. All of the Frostbite games work pretty much exactly the same way, and it's actually I think it's actually quite simple the way it works. It's complex, but complex in like the way it works. It's complex, but the way it's operated and built upon is quite simplistic. Like 15, okay. Might select, no, it only definitely selects one of them. So we're at a little bit of a this is the concern at the moment. We've still got to find this whistling sound effect, which we're going to get to. We've still got the flow folder and widgets to go through. So FX Snowstorm, we know actually that's going to be to do with Hangar 21 Snow, but as far as I was concerned, the FX that's used on Hangar 21 is not the snowstorm, it's snowflakes. Maybe in certain places, but then why is that sound? Why is that sound linked? Okay, we're definitely onto something confusing here. Why is that sound linked with a snowstorm? Is it even a snowstorm? It might not even be a snowstorm. It might actually be labelled as a snowstorm, and that FX ambient is actually the phantom bow sort of spinning on its got like a pedestal when you go into the hangar, into the phantom room, and it's just sat there spinning. So that's what that could be. So we'll open that up and we'll look into that as well, just to confirm that. So what we want to do is actually find this file first. So XP4, we'll leave these open. XP4, FX ambient, snow, and there it is there. See, it's referenced again, so there's definitely something strange going on here. Wallstone low snow. Right, okay, so this is now linked to Wallstone low to snow. UI static icon behavior. So right, there's definitely something weird. And sync. What the hell? Why is sync? XP4 levels common. We'll open these files as well. XP4 levels common. So XP4 levels. No, XP4. Did I get that wrong? Let's just open this. So open that asset. XP4 levels common textures sync. It's got a mesh. Right, so this is what this is confirmed it. Okay, so that trash that we were talking about a minute ago is legitimately trash, but on this event it is an object variant of the dog tag pickup, and that is the actual wireframe of the dog tag, which I found the other day. And I got a little bit confused because I don't remember. I just remember there being little white boxes, and then you knife the box and you get the dog tag. I didn't remember there being an actual 3D model in game of the dog tag. I didn't remember that, and I probably didn't pay attention. So that confirms our suspicion. All of that is linked to the dog tag pickup on both Hangar 21 and. Obviously it's an Easter egg because it's called Sync, and it's not a sync at all, it's a dog tag. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, just go back a step though, because we can go to the snowstorm here, and where were we? No, was it Sync? Effects snowstorm, so levels. Go back to CP. Just got to go back a few steps now just to go back to where we were. So the white box, I think, is retextured as, well, it's actually Trash 05, but it's retextured as a alternate entity, so to speak, with a different, so it looks like the box basically, but it works like Trash. Did you ever decode the Morse code you found on Giants of Karelia? I didn't decode it, but it has been decoded years ago. It's a part of the Phantom program that's been there from day one. It's got some numbers in it which end up adding to the password to enter the Phantom room. You can probably look on Wikipedia, and I think the BFEE guys have got a Wikipedia about it, and it has the translations there if you want to look it up. When you knife the box, it does show a dog tag, but I thought it was just a simple 2D image. Oh well, there we go. It's actually a 3D model, which is cool. I never knew that, so that's something else that we've determined. Okay, we've got something else to do with this FX snowstorm. So we're going to go back to FX snowstorm, and that is where that sound effect comes up for that. But there's also a reference to snowstorm, and it's Wallstone Low 01 snow. So it's possible that this is the white box. So we're going to have a look at that now, and it's a part of the super bundle. So we'll open that asset. Wow, it's actually got quite a lot of event connections. So those might be the spawn places. So source event targets. We won't bother looking into those objects. 14 objects as a part. So here we go. Delay entity data. Okay, so it's definitely on a delay before it spawns. Wallstone load 2. Right, we're going to actually look at that now and open the mesh for that. So XP4 objects, props, Wallstone low, snow, object variation. Okay, so it doesn't have a mesh there, but we can find the original mesh. in a minute. So okay, so it's got this. So XP4 objects props container 01, XP4 snow, here it is. Okay, what is that? I know it's a container, but that's not what I was expecting. Oh my god. So the box that you knife so the box that you knife to get the dog tag is actually a container reskinned white with snow, and the size of the container is just miniaturized. That is quite literally what it is, and there is something that slightly concerns me about this texture, and that's the fact that it's got 279 on it, which was or is it 273? I know 273 is the missile. You see, this is another strange thing about Phantom program. So there's hints on Nansha Strike. So if you go on Nansha Strike and go next to that door where the camera is, and you've got that, and I still haven't found that sound effect either, of the scary voice saying "leave this place" and things like that. I haven't found that yet. I will eventually, but next to it, written in Chinese, is 273. Okay, and if you look up 273, you find a warship called the Phantom, which is strange. And then on that stage 3 in progress channel, is it? No, stage 5 in progress channel. They changed the description, or whoever changed the description, and it says like a little story on there, which is to do with Kevin Simpson, and it says on the bunks of AM 273, which is the USS Phantom. So that's a pretty cool little link. Okay, so we've confirmed that the dog tag pickup is hidden as an MKV HUD sound effect, and the box that you knife is a container, a metal container, which is no different in mesh to anything else. And it's got a yeah, and the variations are there. The variations are there for every one of the final stand maps. So interesting find, just to unravel the mechanisms of how that worked. So we can sort of come out of that now, and that's all sort of sorted. So we got to vehicle before, now we go to elements, widgets, weapons, railgun, record time, don't need to look into that, flow, logic, we don't need to look into that. So we're done with the UI folder, which leaves us to go through the actual level folders and gameplay. I don't think we're really going to find much in here, but you just don't know. I mean, ideally what we want to find is sound effects. the only time I've heard that whistling sound effect. Let's just read these comments before I carry on. Naming it something. Yeah, they definitely. Yeah, if all the Easter eggs in the game are named as something completely different. For example, like the Megalodon on Parasol Storm is called Dirt Pile. The sound effects for that Megalodon is called Rush Large 01. The Megalodon on Manchester Strike is called Tree Stump. All of the Easter eggs are not called what they're supposed to be. The only Easter egg in Battlefield 4 that is adapting named correctly is the Plants vs Zombies pea shooter. Which I could quickly show you now, actually. Props. No, it's not props. So we go to objects. Props. No, this is it's called PVZ, which is this. Yeah, so that's the only Easter egg in Battlefield which is actually somewhat named correctly as Plants vs Zombies. But we're not going to go through all that today. I've done it on a separate video. Have you tried analysing the video that plays in the background? Maybe an AI upscaler could help with quality. Also something. No, I haven't. I'll probably look into that at some point. I take it you're talking about the video that was on the website. If so, yeah, I'll probably look into that another time. But I think the glitch effect is just a generic sort of glitch video effect that's in a like Sony Vegas or something. I don't know. Maybe someone else can confirm that. Right, so gameplay, we've been through that. We're really looking for sound effects. What's that then? Auto spot, that's the actually, what is that? It is the it's the gun attachment for the spotter. Okay. You know, the decoy. So going back to the MKV thing, so we know that the MKV was the Ariceptor, so that sound effect for the dog tag pickup was basically hidden as a file name which would throw you off the scent thinking it was something to do with this, and it's actually nothing to do with it at all. Texture file for it. So nothing gadgets, input, hover tank input concepts. Entity input action maps data. Right, so this this basically allows the tank to do different things to other tanks, like it strafes left and right. Don't need to look into that. MISC prefabs, the icicle melee pickup. What? Floor tile? Floor tile? Okay, so that's the Phantom Bow. Floor tile XYZ. I mean, it's the Phantom Bow because it's the Spider Hunter. And the Spider Hunter Mesh 3D. Yeah, here we go. We'll see the actual Phantom Bow here. XP4 gameplay, so object, mesh, open, asset, and yeah, phantom bow in third person. Okay, so another scent throwing offy thing that the devs have put in. So input, so MISC prefabs floor tile, so that's that. Walker turret. So we know the railgun, we know the icicle, we know the phantom bow, but now there's a Walker turret. What? I'm confused. Walker top skeleton, yeah, that's the okay, so we've got the Levolution event, which is quite straightforward for the ceiling falling down, but design scratch also. Let's look into this. Oh, okay. Right, so yeah, that's the blast doors opening and closing. Just make sure that it is blast doors. So it's one set of blast doors. That's not blast doors. Okay, we're going to come back to 2 in a second. This is not blast doors, there's the gate. Okay, we can factory gate, we can work those out. Railway ladder. Okay, yeah. Railway ladder, yeah. That's legit because it's from Lumfini Gardens. Turret drop. Turret drop. Well, that's nothing to do with the ceiling. Turret drop. I'm not too sure what that could be. Turret drop. We're going to come back to number 2 because that's something to do with something in the sky. Urban garden. Yeah, that's fine. Railway ladder. Right, number 2. This is weird. Okay, blueprint transform. That's the location of whatever this is. In comparison, hang on. In comparison to the player, okay? 158, that's quite a distance, and that's high up in the sky. 158 is high in the sky. And it says SS Walker Factory, so we're going to open this asset and have a look at this. Open the asset. And we've got objects in here. Now these are sky shaders. Could they be volumetric clouds? They could be actual volumetric clouds, possibly. And there is precisely 133 of them. Oh, no, 130 of them exactly. It's locator data. I want to try and find some sort of textures of this, so let's go up to the top. We're going to go XP4 levels, Walker Factory, shaders, and SS Walker Factory. SS Walker Factory, okay. Okay, it's not. Anything to do with the sky. It's nothing to do with the sky. Fence wooden 03, fence wooden 04, and a timber log. And it's in timber log is in Walker Factory objects vegetation. Walker Factory objects vegetation timber log. Timber pile, timber log. 02. Walk, cop. What? And it goes back to Trash 04 again. Okay. It's not even it's not even a timber log. This is to do with an actual. What's the difference between X, Y, and Z? Well, X is north to south. Y is up and down from low to high, and Z is west to east. Always works from a north point. And the difference between X, Y, Z underscore. So the Z underscore will be in the total opposite direction of the Z, so opposite corner basically. Okay, so so this Timberlog 02 XP4 is not a Timberlog. Again, links back to Trash 04. and also Walker cockpit. So that's relative to where you're stood. So linear transfer or whatever this entity static. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, components 3. What? Part component data walk box. Health components. Client and server. It's Walker cockpit box mesh. Here we go. Let's have a look. That's okay. I'm going back on what I said before about it being a container. In this instance, it's not a container. This is actually the box, and the reason why is that a dog tag box? I mean, seriously, I thought they were all white, or are they not? Yeah, this is more like the dog tag box. So I don't understand why there was a link to a container before. Yeah, they're white. Oh, right, that would explain. That's why there's an object variation of the snow. Yeah, they're white on the snow maps. Okay, so yeah, they're just so. Okay. Strange. So the actual box for the dog tag is actually called Timberlog 02, and it's known as a prefab called Walker Cockpit. Still a bit strange because it's still got something to do with the sky here. So I want to just go back to this sky thing now, because there's something a little bit strange about that still. So we're going to go to XP4 shaders. Let's come out of there. Shaders. SS Walker Factory. Okay. Layer 9 design scratch. Does it move the box when you knife it into the sky? Something that's totally probable. That's possibly what happens, because it just shoots up at 150 on the y-axis. It's possible, very, very possible. It's a good thought, that. So we know that this here is linked to objects, vegetation, timber log, of which then is linked to the medical Okay. So, fence wooden 03. What the hell's that got to do with this? That's a spatial, but this is concerning because now we've got a logic prefab in XP4 XP4 objects props fence wooden 01 snow. Now this is strange because this fence wooden 01 snow is an emitter. It's got a light cone on it. It's got a light cone on it. This has got a light cone on it, and this is not something that's... This is not on Walker Factory. So light cone 01 is basically like well, I'll show it you. Can't really see it on here. Oh, there you go. Now that is what that's what's been used in the meteorite special effect that's been used in Hangar 21 and not been seen. But this, let's just see if that's been rotated like a UFO light. Hang on a second. Let's come out of that. So, I'm going to actually open that. No, we don't want that. We want the effect blueprint. Object. Cold distance. Now this is weird. That light cone can be seen from the distance, and it is visible. So yeah, the column that low, medium, high, ultra. So this light cone can be seen from a long distance. Okay, interesting. So we've got a light cone that can be seen pretty much anywhere. Max active instant count. So 30 of them can be active. But this is not a fence. This is the point. This is an Easter egg. This is not a fence. It's not a wooden fence. This is a special effect which involves a light cone. So we're going to get rid of that. Go back to... In fact, we just close all these documents. We'll start with fence wooden 02. Okay. Right, fence... You see, this isn't a fence. This is not a fence at all. This is an Easter egg. So fence wooden 02 references 03 and 04. 03 and 04. 05 is, if we go to 03, we go through here. Cart tool, no, 04. That's fine. And then on 5, default normal text to systems emitter. fence wooden 01 underscore snow is not a fence at all. And yeah, it does call for the UI madness, but the layer might just actually just be called UI. We'll look into the layer anyway, but there's only two objects in the UI. Which goes back to this, so it is actually nothing to do with the UI, so to speak. It's just labeled UI. It's another scent thrower. I'm just trying to get my head around right, okay. Whichever way we look at it, we've got a light cone in the sky on Walker Factory. And it's bit confused. Just found another dog tag, which has another wireframe to it. I take it there's one for each map, so that's understandable. Glass Win 01 mesh. Fence Wooden 01 Snow is being noted as an Easter egg of some sort on... I don't think it's an Easter egg on any other map. It uses the network registry of the sub base, but that's okay because it's part of the super bundle. The layer 3 UI, this just basically completely seals the deal. It's nothing to do with the UI. That is just named layer 3 UI user interface for the purpose to throw us off the scent even more. And it's something to do with a pine tree, which... Did we check that out? Sorry, I can't. I'm losing the plot here now. See, this has got a spatial prefab on it as well. A pine tree should not have a spatial prefab. The reason why this pine tree has got a spatial prefab is because you stand next to it and see that light in the sky. You know what, guys? There's an Easter egg there's an Easter egg on Giants of Karelia, and you stand near this pine tree, specifically the one which has got some snow on the branches that looks like that. Let's just check for any hidden stuff. Nothing there. I mean, are they all the same? No, they're not. I think it's time to go in game. This has got, so this spatial, let me just see where this blueprint is. So event connections, oh my god. Okay. So okay, that's all good. Don't need the event connections, but objects. Tree pine 20 snow. Under, here we go. Under fire. Trigger entity data. Trigger on material triggered by... What's ATA2, guys? Anybody know what ATA2? ATA2. 80 players. So we've got allies, enemies. ATA1. What's ATA1 and ATA2? 80 players. AT, it's anti-tank, AT all anti-tanks. Anti-tank players, anti-tank AI enemies, anti-tank AI allies, anti-tank... Do you know what? This is going to be like the Yeti Easter egg on Goldman Railway. It's going to be exactly the same. 88 all. And then we've got... Okay, let's find out where this is on the mapping coordinates, this tree specifically. So not entity reference object data 11. Let's open that asset because we've seen that referenced a few times. Oh, who's brought up another one of these container boxes? So we don't have to worry about the office divider then, because the office divider 02 is another a little box. So event connections, we don't want that. So interface, no, property connections. So let's just 80 or I'm going to say it's anti-tank. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. So it's not that one, and it's not that one. It's next to a tree like that. Now, should we go in game and have a look? It would be better to I think it would be better for us to game client, UI, get value entity data. Can be seen in spectator mode, that's fine. Not entity data. It's got yeah, so it's not client only. Reference, so delay. Right, so it's got a delay of 0.3 after the actual server starts. Remove duplicate events, yes. Which is how they randomize things, I think. So this is a random. So basically, to make the, for example, I'll explain how this works. So for the doc tag box to choose a location for it to spawn, they all spawn, and what happens is they all get removed apart from one within 0.3 seconds of the server starting, okay? And they do that by doing remove duplicates. But in this case, this is not a run once event. Okay, so something is linking this tree pine to the fence, which we know is nothing to do with the fence. It's to do with some sort of light cone that goes up in the sky. And now we've got possible indications that it's something to do with an AT weapon. Event splitters, so let's have a quick look. So server based, no. So within a radius of 0.13. Trigger on material only. Well, that was set as a ATA2 before I moved it. Send a player event, indicate hit marker. Well, I'm not too sure if AT stands for anti-tank. I don't know. Because it would have options of everything else. I think the best thing to do is for me to find the Gormud Railway Easter egg for the Yeti. And confirm it by comparing that. So we're just going to tree pine 2, so we're just going to close up everything here for now. I mean, the idea of this hunt right now is to find the whistling Easter egg on Giants of Karelia. The only time I've ever heard that whistling is on a video that Danny on PC uploaded a little time ago. I don't know whether that's legit or not, but it sounds pretty legit, and I don't think Danny's going to put something up like that if it's not some sort of legitness to it. Right, we're going to come out of all of that. We're just going to go levels MP. I think it's journey. I think it's I've heard the whistle myself too. Well, I'm glad it's legit, but I would like to find the actual files that are linked to it, the actual sound effect, to see what triggers it, how it's triggered, why it's triggered, and what it's linked to. I really want to find out what that is, because I believe that's something to do with the Easter egg that we're looking for on Giants of Karelia that we've apparently not ever found, according to JJJU, and he said that it had paid. I don't even know where to start looking on this. I think what we'll do is try and find a sound effects for it first. So I mean, somebody's probably already done this before and found the Yeti sound. Shit, where do I even start it? Let's have a look. Okay, content. Sound. So I presume it's going to be this. Accessories, accessory, flashlight, shaders, Star 01. Don't believe that's going to be anything. Sound. There it is, MP for sound effects. Well, that's well hidden, isn't it? It says the Yeti. Okay, so here it is. So sound levels. Sound levels, MP journey, sound effects, Yeti. Right, okay. Now, let's see how this is referenced. It's on layer 9 schematics. Mixer, so I want to find layer 9 schematics. Okay, let's backwards engineer this Yeti Easter egg, see if that light cone is included somehow. Trying to get my head around this. I've been doing this for too long. I might need to take a break. My head's getting a bit muddled up. I'm trying to work out. So levels, MP journey, ambience is not going to be there. So we're going to come out of sounds completely. We're actually going to go to levels, journey, shaders. I mean, it's this Easter egg's not even hidden. It's actually called Yeti. Yeah. So. Now, is it only on Conquest Large that it can be activated? Gen 4. There isn't even a specific props thing for this. Because this was in the base game, the retail base game, no DLC, it's not separated into an XP folder, so it's a part of like a bigger haystack basically to find. I think I'm probably wasting my time here because we've already discovered that there's a light cone that can be triggered whilst you're next to a tree, and it's also linked with the box locations. So I've got a hunch what I'm going to do. 88 all 2. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out now. If I come out of levels and go to effects, levels, journey, emitters, one of these is, I think, is going to be that's okay. So this is the IEDs. Smokes, road, sparks. Okay, so what I can do is I'll go into my BF4 dump EBX, okay, and what we're going to do is take the GUID of the sound and we'll just run a search on that sound effect GUID. I think that's You see, the other thing is that there's a couple of videos on YouTube which people are saying that the Yeti Easter egg also exists on Operation Locker, but I don't think it does. I've tried it and looked for it myself in the past before I've tried to data mine it, but I'll probably be able to confirm that as well and debunk that by doing this search. So, okay, we'll go back to the sound. And we'll go to sound effect for the Yeti patch. Okay, for the patch here. And we're going to take this GUID and quite literally copy and run a search in my EBX for Battlefield 4. Now this could take some time, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and eat and stop the stream and come back in 1 hour and let that search, and we'll see what the outcome is on that. And if there's nothing, I'm actually going to go into the Giants of Karelia map in game and go to each known location of the dog tag boxes and have a look around for this light cone and see what happens. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see you in a bit.